I don't think I could do this. You know how uncomfortable I am with public speaking?
Uncomfortable? I am 8 months pregnant. My cats are ham hocks, and every time I sneeze, I pee a little. So I think you can handle a simple debate. Besides, even if you can't speak, you're so cute, people are gonna vote for you anyway.
And you know damn well I fucking would if I was in this show as my own character, even if I was uncredited, because that's exactly why I'm a Taylor Ortega fan. Me encanta.
So this year we're cute little Christmas orphans. My dad decided to close down the Christmas tree farm early, you know, and he's spending Christmas with Jessie and her family. And ever since the divorce, my mom is the Grinch.
Yeah, and my man is living La Vida Loco down in Mexico.
That's pretty damn cool, Shrub, except Ricky Martin is not Mexican. He's Puerto Rican. Get with the program. I've been since 1999. Can you? So it's 11:19 at night, and we finally got through the Dale Jr. and Bill Elliott installment of Welcome to Flatch. Tomorrow, we have a busy day before we catch up on what will be the Ryan Newman and Ty Dillon installment of That Girl Lele, because tomorrow we got some projects me and my family are going to work on. That's going to be a YouTube video where my mom and I are going to set up her new office in her bedroom, and then before that, me and my grandparents are going to go to breakfast for the first time in forever, for real this time. Hopefully, I can go to bed in a timely manner, and not have a fainting spell when I get up to try to get myself ready. And that's gonna be off camera, gonna be spent casually. I don't need to record that, so therefore, and then tomorrow night after we do the Newman and Ty installments of Lele, we're gonna pre-record a pregame show for the final YouTube video of 2022 this Saturday at Gavin's basketball game, because remember, all my sporting event videos are gonna be TV broadcast style videos. Now, there's my ride to Mallory's Eldridge's final middle school basketball game, her 8th grade finale. I'm trying my best. I'm pushing really hard to go see her play as a middle schooler before she moved up to high school. But her mom, Mama Amy said, even if I do miss the one, don't sweat it, because she'll have plenty of high school games, and that's damn right the truth. So therefore, even if I miss Mallory's, middle school basketball finale, it's not a big deal. I'm going to be at my cousin Jamila's basketball game anyway, which was also going to be a TV broadcast style YouTube video, and the senior night game on February 4th, which is a Saturday afternoon matinee. And of course, Gavin's this coming Saturday morning. But if I'm able to somehow, by luck of the draw, but in pure miracle, be able to make it to Mallory's 8th grade, basketball finale, then hallelujah. I mean, that's makes it even better. So therefore, the boys freshman basketball game against Normandy for Ridgeville just basically kicked off my 2022-2023 basketball season. And don't forget, even though my dumbass forgot to mention it in the ViaQuest, and I'm kind of giving it away. Even though my dumbass forgot to mention it last night in the Goldberg's reaction video, we have my own ViaQuest basketball rager. It's going to be a TV broadcast YouTube video where I'm sniffing the court trying to win a game too. So therefore, there's going to be a lot of basketball content outside of the Spurs that's going to be coming to the channel. So let's not forget that. While we're on this topic, I want to send a congratulations to Junior on the girls basketball team, coached by Amy Esser and Brianna Fortney, who two amazing, sweet young ladies that I got to meet at last year's senior night. Amy Esser and Brianna Fortney. I think I said the name twice, but oh well. But anyway, coached by those two ladies, I want to send a congratulations to Ridgeville High Junior Grace Kingery on reaching 1,000 career points and setting a franchise record 9 3-pointers. See, she's a better 3-point shooter, and especially a better free throw shooter than me, because my 3-pointers is not meant for me, because I'm a fan of a big man, a power forward in Tim Duncan, which is why I can't make free throws for shit, because when Duncan was in his prime, he couldn't make free throws. He used to brick them, I'd say 80% of the time. But then as he got older and, left his prime, he was getting better until the very last year he played, when he got older and slower at age 40 and 15, 16, when everybody picked us to come out of the West instead of the Warriors, and we ended up losing to the KD, Russ, Westbrook, OKC Thunder in the second round. And even that year, Duncan was breaking free throws, even though he had gotten better in years prior when he was getting older. But yeah, congratulations to Grace Kingery reaching 1,000 points and scoring 9 3-pointers. She's had a hell of a week, and I look forward to supporting her on February 4th for what will be, I think, my basketball season finale. For like, watching other people play, well, I'm still going to keep playing all year round. But anyway, so let's get to the point of this video. The Dale Jr. and Bill Elliott installment of Welcome to Flatch. So, there was a tornado warning in Flatch. I know Flatch I live in Ohio, Northeast to be exact, but Flatch, Ohio is just a make-believe city in Ohio that, that takes place in that universe. Because, the reality is that shit is filmed in North Carolina, home of the North Carolina Speedway in Rockingham, better known as the Rock, and Charlotte Motor Speedway, home of the Coke 600. And don't forget, Rockingham Speedway or North Carolina Speedway, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is home of the Subway 400 and the Pop Secret Microwave Popcorn 400. So, therefore, there was a tornado watch, and even Big Mandy said it best herself. It's usually a false alarm, but yet here's Cheryl and Joe thought it was going to come for real. Joe was panicking, but yet he's the one that says don't panic, but yet he's the one that goes ahead and does it anyway. That's a little Flash double standard there, if you ask me. But I guess it turned out to be no problem, because it completely missed them, which is good. And then, of course, that debate, that silly ass debate, but this is a continuation from the real estate episode we left off on before we ended up getting sick 2 more times, because it may or may not have been. It probably wasn't, because those same people that was in that debate in the tri-state, Bert, and his goons, his crew of goons, they never fucking made it back from where Kelly, Shrub, and Barb went, which in that last episode, which I think was the Casey Atwood installment. Yeah. So therefore, it probably was just a do-over of what went on in that episode, except it was in their hometown this time. And everybody else fucking quit. So therefore, Kelly ended up getting the Ohio, the pin of the flag of the state of Ohio, which means she automatically won. So therefore, and the fact that, Barb and Shrub made that shit awkward, talking about their relationship like in a different, talking about their failed relationship without talking about the real failed relationship, like using it in different words as secret lingo, where some people didn't know and some people did know. The people who did know kind of exposed it to the people who didn't know, because that's how people didn't know figured it out. Meaning everybody in the whole goddamn room figured that shit out. So therefore, and then the subplot, round 2. Remember last year's dance off episode with the Bruce Bowen song, where it was Nadine versus Kelly, round 1. Well, this was round 2. Round 1 ended in calamity. Well, round 2 ended in a lot more more like. Well, let me just put it to you this way. Round 1 last year with the dance-off episode was using the Bruce Bowen song ended with short fuses and hot tempers. But this year, Nadine versus Kelly round 2 ended with cooler heads prevailing, thankfully, because the storm was going crazy. It looked like the tornado was actually going to hit. And I honestly thought that they were going to call Dylan to come pick them up and, take them back to Flatch, so that way Nadine would have her baby, and that, or Kelly said, and quote unquote, her words, not mine, a trash can of a city called Pockton. So unfortunately, they didn't have much time to react or go anywhere, because the storm, they would have been too dangerous to drive, especially if this happened in real life. So they had no choice but to have the baby in Pockton. But hopefully, if the baby gets older and they choose an actress or an actress or an actor, they didn't even specify if the baby's a boy or a girl. If they, pick an actor or actress, depending on what gender the baby is, to play to Nadine and Dylan's kid when he or she gets older, then maybe she can, maybe he or she can pick whatever city she wants to support, no matter where she was born. So that's why in that Danger Force episode where remember Mika and Miles? You know, one was born in Swellville, the other was born in a rival town. That's what it reminds me of. And I remember that episode where they were duking it out because they were mad that one of the two... Oh, it was Mika. Yeah, I remember that. It was like not last year, but the year before. Because, yeah, that's when they got mad at her and sent her out. But, of course, they couldn't stay with her. She's part of the main group. They couldn't stay mad at her forever, so they let her in. So some shows have done that where, like, you know, one of the main characters got kicked from the group, but eventually got let back in because you can't stay that way forever, because some shows do that. Hopefully Flatch doesn't have to come to that with this show. So, therefore, that was a nice way to... you know, end the episode where, how the fuck did they end it? But anyway, who gives a shit about the ending? But anyway, yeah, now I remember. I just said it. Okay. Now for the Christmas episode, the Bill Elliott installment. So we've actually got properly and correctly spotted the Flatch kid, Ava Prince, I think her name is. Ava Gale Prince. Nice to meet you, young lady. I feel sorry for your character, your unnamed character. I mean, you were credited, but the character didn't have a specific name. I feel sorry where all you got was an onion, and I understand, you know, why Kelly, you know, wanted to do it, and I understand because she loved that soccer player, so she wanted to meet him. I mean, though it's not that she did it, it's not that she did do it, it's the way she did it. And luckily, she was honest. She was very honest and truthful, which is why the soccer player wasn't all that pissed off at her. He wasn't even he wasn't even angry at all. He was just a little disappointed, but, you know, still wanted to help anyway because he knew how big of a fan Kelly and her dad was, even though her dad is not going to make another appearance till we ring in the new year in a couple days. You know, January 5th, we bring back, you know, more Flatch in the Really Loud House, which I'll talk about momentarily. Therefore, luckily the soccer player who assisted Kelly and Shrub in making things right and giving them real toys, and guess what? And ended in a very happy manner. Kelly and Shrub got to spend Christmas, you know, opening their favorite gifts, you know, having their favorite snacks, you know, watching their favorite soccer player tear shit up like Terry Labonte. And he even got $500 from a guy who with a similar name as him and his dad, that wasn't his dad, that he mistook for his dad. So luckily, even though the guy said, "Don't call me again," he was still generous enough to give him $500. That shit would not happen in real life if that was the case, if you know what I mean. But yeah, and that's how it ended. Now for the subplot. So for the Barbie-Shop Quartet, as opposed to the Barber-Shop Quartet, notice the reference there. I like Jamie Presley is very fucking creative. So therefore, it was Nadine. Of course, Nadine had to make it because Taylor Ortega is the GOAT. Nadine, what was her name? Mandy and Dylan, you know, Nadine's husband, made it, while June and Joe kind of didn't make the cut. I mean, June was very upset about it, but eventually she accepted it and was cool with it and just moved on. Unfortunately, Joe could not do the same. He was trying his best to get, I don't want to call that character by the actor's name, trying to get his best to get Barb to change her mind, but it wasn't working. And even at Barb's house, personal home, you know, those three, Mandy, Nadine, and Dylan were pleading, "Hey, let him in." I mean, this is really important to him. He really loves to sing. And then all of a sudden, you know, Barb started going on a rampage, and then here we're thinking, and even not just Barb thought this, but even I thought this. I thought Mandy, Dylan, and Nadine all quit on her, and so that's why she went to the toy drive all by herself to sing by herself, where she thought she was alone. But guess what? Nadine, Dylan, and Mandy made it up to her by joining her, saying, "Hey, we didn't quit. We just decided to leave because, you know, that's because we left your house. Doesn't mean we actually quit. We didn't bail on you either. We just, you know," hold on. Sorry, I had something that was stuck in my teeth, but we didn't quit on you, no, we bailed out on you. We just, we just left your house, just to get away from you I can't remember exactly how they said it. I just watched it 5 minutes ago, but, we just wanted to show you we did not like the way you reacted. So therefore, we just wanted to give you a warning sign and warn you like Ward Burton not to do that again. And we'll just stay together as long as we can. So looked like that was going to be a happy ending to that scene, right? Wrong. So that's when Father Joe, decided it would be funny for him to join the quartet, even though Barb still wouldn't let him in, even with his 3 friends pleading for him pleading for her to let him join. And Cheryl realized, he's still the same man I fell in love with on that stage a few years back. Maybe I'm the one that's changed, and that's when I think if I'm not hallucinating, unfortunately, Cheryl, let me try that again. Did I say the wrong person? Hold on. Okay, I just looked at the tape, so I got it right the first time. I just wanted to be sure. Cheryl realized that he's still the same guy that she fell in love with. Maybe she's the one who changed. So if I'm not hallucinating, I think Cheryl and Joe are no more. I think Cheryl broke up with him more than him breaking up with her. So for now, Cheryl's solo, Joe's lonely. I don't know what's going to come next when we come back in January. And speaking of January 5th, we might have to start watching Flatch in real time for the first time all year, since this is going to be the first time it's on TV, where A, it's too cold for us to skip our shows and go outside and be with our friends, because I fucking hate winter. And 2, this will be the first time, it's on TV in real time that we're not sick. So therefore, it's, how last year we had Flatch at the end, towards the tail end of last year. But remember, majority of last year, we had Danger Force, Warp / Side Hustle, and Pivoting on Thursdays. Well, this year it looks like it's going to be The Really Loud House and Welcome to Flatches on Thursday Land for 2023. So maybe the trend will continue in 2024. I thought it was 2024 will be the second half of next year, but that's a whole last year away from now. I don't want to think about that. So we're not done yet. After I'm done editing and uploading this, we're going to go into the messy ass office studio and go catch up on the Terry Labonte and Mark Martin installments of The Really Loud House that we also missed, also due to being sick. So I will catch you all for that reaction video to wrap this all up.